Did you know there were over 333.2 billion emails exchanged in the last year, and that number is estimated to grow to 347 billion by the end of this year? That's wacky. How do you make sure that your cold emails are the best and read by your prospect? Well, we use this campaign optimization checklist to make sure that you're able to consistently book new meetings for your clients. But before we start, hey, it's Alex, helping you with all your B2B business needs around cold email, lead gen, agency growth, SaaS growth, anything you need. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Also, go ahead and check us out on Instagram. We post a ton of great content over there at Alex Berman Official. Here is a 7-step checklist that we use internally to make sure that our emails get delivered, that they get responded to, that they get opened, and that customers read them and book meetings and ultimately buy from us. I've been sending cold emails for the last 10 years. I have the best-selling book on cold email, Cold Email Manifesto. Grab it now on Amazon. And in today's video, I'm just gonna spill the sauce. You want me to spill some sauce for you? It's about to happen. Most gurus would charge thousands of dollars for this information, but I'm gonna unlock a secret for you right now, and I'll show you the ultimate campaign optimization checklist, and it is step by step by step by step with real examples. So let's jump into it, starting with number 1, domains and accounts. One of my friends was so excited to send cold emails. He called me up one day, he said, bro, check out your deliverability stats. And he goes over to Mail Tester, he types in his email, and it turns out he's got a 0 out of 10. He's deep in the spam box now. He's lost his beautiful, loving domain that he's cared for 10 plus years. And that's because he didn't follow this checklist. Because if he did, he would have bought a secondary domain that redirected to his primary domain and sent all the cold emails from that secondary domain to protect that primary domain. When we're sending cold emails for omni.us, we are not sending from omni.us. We're gonna send from the omniapp.com or omniapp.com or weareomni.com. All of those websites would forward back to omni.us, and that way we protect our primary domain. You wanna protect that at all costs. So let's go through these questions in detail. The first one on this is, did you buy a secondary domain specifically for cold email campaigns? And the easiest way to do that is to use Google Domains. And now you might be thinking,
oh, I want to use Namecheap, I want to use GoDaddy.
Well, Google Domains is the easiest for sending cold emails the way we do because we use Google Workspace to manage the campaigns. And Google Domains and Google Workspace are the same company. They hug each other. They work together flawlessly. Like two bears in the woods. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll buy a domain. Go to domains.google.com and you type in the domain you want. So I'll type in omniustool.com, and from here we will find out that I already own this domain. So I'll say theomniustool.com. Omni, by the way, is our cold email sending tool. I'll show you more about that in a second. And so all we would do is find the domain name and click purchase. Now, when you're going through the cart to purchase the domain, you can skip some steps by using Google, which I really like. Make sure privacy protection's on, of course, but then go down and select a business starter of Google Workspace, because this is going to be what you use to send your cold email campaigns. And you'll fill out this information here, including your username and your real name. Little known fact, my first name is Alex and my last name is also Alex. So it's actually Alex, but I go on YouTube by Alex Berman. So now we've got this set up and the privacy protection's on, auto renew's on, Google Workspace is on. So we'll go ahead, we'll scroll down and we'll grab Omnius Tool. All right, so we're going through, we're buying the domain, we're putting our card in. And so now we have the domain and we have Google Workspace. So we can get set up. The next question you want to ask is, did you set up DMARC? And so first we'll set up DMARC. So we go over to DNS settings and we type _DMARC. Then we set the type to TXT and put in the data here. V equals DMARC1, P equals none, RUA equals mail to, and then DMARC reports. This is wherever you want the DMARC reports to go to. You can put it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. You can put it on your main email, but then you're going to be spammed by DMARC reports. So I'll send it to DMARC reports at theomniusapp.com. You can also send this to your domain. In that case, it would be alex at theomniusapp.com. And then we hit save. The next thing you want to do is set up DKIM. And if you've already bought your domain from Google Workspace, well, great news. It's already set up for you. No need to deal with this. You can move on. Then you want to set up SPF, which is another deliverability tool that Google takes care of. And that is one reason why I love doing the Google Domains, Google Workspace combo. You don't have to worry about any of those. If you guys have questions on DKIM and SPF, please leave them in the comments below. If there's enough demand, we'll be happy to make a full video on it, breaking down exactly how to do it on multiple platforms, Outlook, Zoho, whatever you want to do, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll be happy to make another video. Now we want to connect to our cold email sending tool. I always recommend using omni.us. So to do that, we'll go to settings, we'll go to global, click Omni Outreach, and click our domain. So we click Gmail, because this is a Gmail or a G Suite. We'll put in our sender email, alex@theomniusapp.com. And our sender name, which is whatever our salesperson name is. I'll put my name, of course. And then we have to create an app password. So when you're in your Google account, go on over to the search bar and type in app password, and it'll direct you exactly where you need to go. From here, you can select a new app, click other, type in omni.us, and generate an app password that you can use to sign in to Omni. Make sure you save this app password once it's created, because you won't be able to see it again once it's created. Once that's in the box, then we click these check boxes. Yes, I've created an app password. Yes, I have enabled IMAP. Yes, I have two-factor authentication switched on. And then all we're gonna do is click test and save. Omni is testing it. Then it says, please check your inbox for test mail. Once the test mail is received, then you're good to go. Then make sure you double check your variables, make sure your name looks good, make sure your email is right, make sure the app password is correct, make sure the company name is in there. Everything that you've put in is correct. And when that's done, you move on to the next part of the checklist, which is warm up and pre-work. Warm up is a spam prevention tactic. If you're worried about getting marked as spam, then you need to be using warm up. And my favorite warm up tool is Omni Warm inside of omni.us. So now we've already created our cold email account. We've already created our omni.us account. If you haven't already, go ahead and do that now. We've already connected our inbox. And what's cool about Omni Warm is it's already connected to the inboxes by default. So here you can see our inboxes have already been running for more than 2 weeks, and we are in the primary inbox. We are not in spam. Spam is this red line, and primary is this green line. Promotion would be a yellow line here. And as you can see, our emails are being sent directly to the inbox, and we're avoiding the spam box. The next step is to set up your email signature for each one of these, just to make sure that you look legitimate. Remember, cold email is part of a larger funnel. No cold email exists in a vacuum. You're gonna get an email from somebody, and you're gonna think, is this guy legit? And if they don't have an email signature, the answer is always gonna be no. So we'll make sure that we have a nice email signature by going over to settings, see all settings in Gmail, and adding an email signature right here. Signature, create new, Alex default, and we will create our email signature right here. I like to use our name, our title, company name, business address, and then if we want to, we can include links. Like for instance, you can put the YouTube channel, although right here I wouldn't put the link. I wouldn't even put the email address. I wouldn't put the LinkedIn, and I would just have this be the email signature. Then for signature defaults, you click this and make this the default signature and save changes. The next thing we make sure on the checklist is, does every email account have a profile picture? It's super important that you have a profile picture on your emails as well, so people know that you're legitimate and that you're real. The way you change your profile is in the About Me section of your Google account. So you get there by clicking this little icon on your Chrome and clicking Manage Your Google Account. And from here, all you do is click this image, and you can add a new image like that. If you get this error, your profile picture is managed by your organization, then go on over to admin.google.com and sign in with the email address over there. Find your user on the users page, click the profile picture, and from here, you can change the photo. I might make it a picture of my breakfast. I gotta change that back. I really need to have it as a picture of me. So there we go. Now the basics of cold email are done. So now it gets into the cold email scripts, and we have a ton of stuff in this checklist. I ask things like, are custom first lines being used? Are there 4 sends in every campaign? Is a true offer or case study included in all the campaigns? Are all the scripts short and to the point? Do any sentences start with I or we? And if so, fix them. Do any scripts have images or links? If yes, remove them. Do all scripts end with a clear call to action? And you can go through and you can ask yourself all of that with your custom scripts, or you can go on over to omni.us, and in the campaigns feature, click Create Campaign. Well, first you can either upload leads or skip leads. Let me show you Test Omni Campaign. And here we can either upload a list of leads, buy a list of leads from Omni Leads, or skip. For now, we're going to skip the leads. Then we're going to click Auto Generate Script. Now we're presented with a step-by-step list of questions. So you don't even have to go through that checklist. You got your own checklist right here. So we'll click what we sell. We sell SaaS. We sell SaaS to the mid-market. We're reaching out to director level in the sales department. And the business type is business administration is the widest. Then outreach methods, we can either use email or SMS or both. We're going to just use cold email. Then we start typing in how our company helps other companies. So how does Omni help you make more money? Well, Omni prints you more meetings than you know what to do with. How does it help you save money? Well, it lets you send unlimited emails on a single account with no lead cap. How does it help you save time? It allows you to write full cold email and text campaigns in under 30 seconds. And so we'll type all of those in here. Then we come up with our case studies, and we want to add 3 to 5 case studies to the campaign. And I highly recommend you write them in this order because it's the most effective order to do it in. We helped a SaaS startup add 30 sales meetings in the last month using automated outbound scripts. Then you add another case study. We helped X27 scale their client work and increase customer satisfaction in under 2 days by automating their lead gen and outbound process. Let's add one more just for flavor. We helped a sales consultant add 100K per month in new revenue in under 3 months by providing targeted leads and the system to send personalized emails at scale. And from here, you just click generate your scripts and all of the campaigns will be written for you exactly as I've recommended as we've gone through this process of generating over $200 million using cold email. So you don't even have to hire me. You don't have to hire anybody. Just use Omni, you get it all written for free. Then it's time to start the outreach and we go step by step through that. Did you check the deliverability score before starting the campaign? The easiest way to check the deliverability score is to go to OmniWarm and see, is this specific email hitting the right inbox? Is it all green? If so, you're good. Another good way to do this is to go to mail-tester.com and they'll give you an email address to send to. Then we go to our email inbox and we send an email here, and then we check our score. It'll do a quick process to identify what's going on. And after that, you get your spam test results. You can see this email address is at a 9 out of 10, properly authenticated. Spam Assassin likes us. The message, I just sent a blank email message too. We're on a couple blacklists. Sorbs, I wouldn't worry about. All cold email senders end up on Sorbs. And you can see we're not listed on any of the other ones except for yellow listed on Host Karma. So again, 9 out of 10, nothing to worry about on this email. We can send cold emails from this inbox. If it's anything under an 8, run an aggressive warm-up campaign. Stop sending cold emails immediately. Just let OmniWarm run and use different email addresses to send your cold emails while you wait for these to be saved or maybe even abandoned if the spam score doesn't improve. So we checked the deliverability score. The next thing you want to look at is the actual leads themselves. Are the leads on the email list verified and cleaned? The verification that I like using is a tool called Never Bounce. We'll link all this down below, by the way, neverbounce.com. And for this, you go in, you create your account, and you drag and drop your leads into Never Bounce. And from here, it'll show you what percentage are valid, what percentage are invalid, what percentage are accept alls. And we only recommend sending cold emails to valid emails. This will lower your chances of getting marked as spam and make sure that you're only emailing contacts that actually exist. So skip the accept alls, skip the unknowns, skip the invalids, and only send to valid emails. Are we sending the correct amount of emails per day? Inside Omni, you can see this on the campaigns page inside of the setup. When you go into Omni Outreach and you click schedules, you'll see that the campaign starts at 9, ends at 5, reaches to a new person every 5 minutes. and that is 96 emails per day that we're sending. If we want to send less, so we make it 10, now it's 48 emails. We can also make it 20 and send 24 emails a day. The amount of emails you send depends on how warmed up your inbox is. Although when you're just starting, set it to 20 and send 24 emails a day. If you want to send more, I recommend adding more accounts. It's all free on Omni to add as many accounts as you want. So it doesn't hurt you to have 10 accounts, 15 accounts, as many as you can. That way it's spread out and your risk of getting marked as spam is less. The next thing we want to look at is subject line testing. Are subject lines being tested correctly? And for that, we can look into our sequence and make sure that each campaign has a different subject line. So let's say we're running test Omni campaign with this one, something for you first name. Well, we might run another campaign with the exact same body, but the subject line is going to be quick question. And in fact, you can check out all our subject lines. We have 50 subject lines to test, which we'll link in the description below as well, and you can grab those. Then it's time to analyze and optimize. And for that, I'll go into this underperforming campaign and show you exactly what we need to do to improve. Step one is to look at the open rates. Were open rates consistently over 80%? If not, we need to change the subject line. And you can see here, open rates were 44.7%. So inside of Omni Outreach, we'll go to the campaign and we can update the sequence to have a new subject line. So the subject line right now is we are at 2M right now en route to 10M. And so we might want to just test quick question and see if that boosts the subject line up. Then you want to see the reply rate. Was the reply rate over 20%? In this campaign, they've sent out 18,000 emails. This is a high volume cold email campaign. 8,000 of them were opened and only 97 replied. So when I'm seeing a reply rate this low, I'm thinking spam issues. And what I would do here is check Omni Warm deliverability. If the spam score is okay, which it is, then I would go back and look at one, the lead quality to make sure that the leads are actually correct and the right type of customer. And then I would rewrite the entire sequence from scratch here and start over again. Because when it doesn't perform this bad, you can't lose anything by throwing everything away and starting over again. Typically, when I'm writing cold email campaigns, I'm following the 3 C's approach: compliment, case study, call to action. Start with a compliment, tell them why you're qualified, and give them a call to action at the end. Which is exactly what the next step in the checklist says. Did we reach the weekly meeting target? And if no, do a full review and re-strategize. You need to reach your meeting targets every single week. If you are a sales development rep and your goal is 6 meetings, I don't care what you have to do. If you're doing cold calls, if you're doing door knocking, you have to get those 6 meetings on the calendar. And if not, you need to re-strategize, start over, and go from there. Your job isn't over when you launch the campaign. It's a consistent optimization process to take your campaigns from bad performers to top performers. Then it's time to move into the follow-up. So we can check all of that step by step. Are replies being sent within 24 hours of a lead responding? And that comes down to talking to your sales development reps or whoever is inside your inbox. Make sure that when people respond to your emails positively, you respond back as quickly as possible. As fast as 5 minutes is ideal. Every minute past 5 minutes, your response rate will drop. If you want to do it within 24 hours, you can do that as well. But I recommend 5 minutes. Are you following up with leads every week until you get a no? If somebody responds positively, you can follow up over and over and over and over again until you get a yes or a no on the campaign. That's not a cold email. That's now an opt-in email because they've responded to you. And actually, you can check out our follow-up templates. We wrote a full year of follow-ups that you can send to customers that expressed interest, but then ghosted you. And this will allow you to constantly be top of mind for them. Next thing is, are you cold calling leads who've shown interest but haven't scheduled a meeting? Cold calling is vital. I recommend not measuring based on number of calls per day, but instead setting a timer and doing at least an hour to an hour and a half of cold calls per day while you're actively managing your cold email campaign. This will allow you to save any leads that are getting missed when you're sending those responses. And then you want to make sure in your responses that every response has a call to action to book a meeting. So if a client asks, what's the price? You say, happy to discuss pricing on a call. How are you Thursday at 2 p.m.? If they say, can I see your case studies? Happy to discuss case studies on a call. How's Thursday at 2 p.m.? You want to continually push for a call in every response until you get that call. And there you have it. Use this and you will be in the top 1% of your cold email game. And watch my cold email teardowns playlist for more examples on cold email campaigns that you can use right now. To get this checklist, hit the description down below. We'll also have links to everything else that we covered in this video. This is your one-stop shop. You don't need anything else. You have this video, you have everything you need to succeed. By the way, check out my Instagram. We're posting crazy interesting content over there. Go on over to Alex Berman Official and give that a follow right now. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.